What's up, guys? Good morning. It is Jonathan with One Big Impact. So today's video is, do I really need to weigh my food out to lose weight? So I'm not going to call out any names, but I will say there was an individual in the past that saw me weighing out my food and literally said, our bodies don't work like that. You don't need to weigh out your food. I actually just kind of smirked and moved on. I'm around here looking for my glasses. And I thought, that's fine. And with the supplements that that individual might have been taking, maybe that was a perfectly acceptable statement. Unfortunately, my body doesn't work like that. And I am very, very, very susceptible to calories in versus calories out. Especially as everyday changes with my activity and everyday changes like with water consumption and whether it's lifting day, non-lifting day, whether I do cardio, whether I don't do cardio. So for me, and pretty much 99.9% of the rest of the world, it is extremely important that you focus on exactly what's being consumed by your body. Now, we all know that, well, maybe we don't all know, but most of us know that you have to be in a caloric deficit in order to lose weight, right? So, popular belief, and I'm not saying I agree or disagree with this, but says that you have to be in a 3,500 calorie deficit per week, which is 500 calories a day times 7, it's 3,500 calories a week to lose 1 pound of fat, hypothetically, right? So, if that's the case, then wouldn't it make sense that you were continuing to be able to go into a deficit while simultaneously making sure that your amounts are correct on your foods? Now, that seems obvious, right? But here's the thing. We go into the cupboards and, well, for instance, we grab stuff over here like cheese, right? It says an ounce. We sprinkle some on our food. I do need to stir this, actually. We sprinkle some on our food, and then we just move on with our merry self. Now, here's the problem with that. It tends to be the ones that we actually go overboard are going to be things like cheeses or olive oil, and you just kind of douse them on there. And I used to be famous. More flavor, more flavor, more flavor. Especially olive oil was my thing. Now, for instance, olive oil, just as an example, 1 tablespoon is 119 calories, okay? No big deal. You're thinking, well, 100 calories, I can get rid of that. If you're any one of my clients and you've jumped on the elliptical and tried to burn 200 or 300 calories or even 100 calories, you'll know damn well it's a hell of a lot easier skipping that 100 calories rather than trying to burn off that 100 calories. Because you can be on this stair climber for like an hour, just pouring sweat for like 200-300 calories. And here's the thing, if you're not measuring that, you're not measuring the cheese. And if you're not measuring that and the cheese, maybe you're not measuring the ground beef that you're eating. Now, just to add up a couple things, a 1/4 ounce, just a little pinch of cheese is 30 calories. No big deal, right? But let's go up from there. 1 tablespoon of olive oil, like I just showed you, it's just a little, like a little thumbful. It's tiny little amount, is 119 calories. An extra tiny splash. Another thing is 1 ounce of ground beef. I like meat. I like quantities of food. An ounce of meat is like nothing, and it really adds up fast because it's 94 calories. Add those 3 up, 243 calories. No big deal, right? You went over 243 calories. So if you want to lose a 1/2 pound in a week, 243 calories times 7 equals 1701. 1701 times 2 is like 3,400. That's your 3,500, right? So you went from losing a pound this week to a 1/2 pound this week. Here's the thing. The problem is not necessarily that. You're like, hey, I'm okay with that. I lost a 1/2 pound. This is 1 day. 1 freaking day, okay? And that's only 3 little tiny items that you screwed up. People, it is so freaking important to measure your freaking food. When you see bodybuilders, or you see strongmen, or you see these people that are literally maximizing their biggest results on their body for life, they are meal prepping, okay? And they are religiously grabbing their freaking scales and weighing every single thing out. And that's why they meal prep, because if they did it daily, it would be a freaking nightmare. I promise you that 243 calories times 7, coming out to 1701, being just one day. And that's a very, 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 very light example of how you could go over in calories. Maybe the next day you accidentally splash in a little bit more. And when people get to the end of the week and they're like, dude, why am I not losing weight? I don't even have to pretend. I don't even have to ridicule them. I don't even have to dig very far. And I know the number one cause is because you're overeating. Okay? Now, don't think I'm saying you're like hoarding massive amounts of food. We're talking tablespoons, guys. We're talking quarter cup. We're talking tiny little fractions of increases of food over the course of 7 days. You can literally gain 4 pounds in a month, or you can lose 4 pounds in a month. It really depends on what the hell you're consuming and how specific you want to get with your goals. 99.9% of the time, when I talk to somebody, they will tell me, yes, I'm measuring my food. Your freaking eyeball is not a measure spoon. It is not a weight scale. You may be able to tell me visually how much a tablespoon is, but I guarantee you're going over that. And think about it. Think about it. It's a quarter tablespoon. What is that? 50, 60 calories? 40 calories? Whatever. It adds up really freaking fast, you guys. You splash over, and then you're like, well, that's okay. And that's your decision, okay? I will say, in a completely different aspect of everything, if you are just starting to refine your measuring process, or you're just getting on track, in that beginning process, it's not going to be as crucial, because as you refine and you slowly work towards getting a little bit better at what you're doing as far as measuring and scales and just kind of learning about the process, you can be a little bit more lenient. But as time goes by, you're going to refine it and refine it and refine it. And within a couple months, or whatever your goal is, if you're trying to lose 10 pounds in 3 months, you probably want to speed the process up. If you're trying to lose 10 pounds in a year, maybe you can take a little more time and learn a little bit more about everything. But understand that it does matter, and it's calories in versus calories out. If you're eating too much by not weighing it, not being diligent about making sure what's in your food, then unfortunately you're not going to hit your goals. And if you tell me over and over and over that I'm not losing weight, my one thing is 99.9% of you are overeating. And another thing, be careful for you low carbers. If you're low carb and every few days you're like, I'm going to eat a little granola bar, blah, 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 you are literally having two extremely high energy sources. When you go low carb, your fat is your preferred fuel source. You cannot eat carbohydrates. If you are high carb and you're a bodybuilder, your fat will be completely low. And as you lean out, they will change. So if you're tricking your body every few days and you're saying, you know what? Every few days, I'm going to screw up and eat a piece of cake. Little tiny bite. You're giving yourself two energy fuel sources. But more importantly, you just ripped yourself out of ketosis. Good freaking luck. Because you go 3 days, then you eat something. It could be a tablespoon of something. It doesn't matter. That's what you don't understand. You can't minimize what you're doing. The impact is crucial. 3 days, you go into ketosis, boom, you eat a little tablespoon of something full of sugar. Then you go another 3 days because you popped out of ketosis on that third day. Another 3 days, boom. You can literally eat 2 to 4 tablespoons of something, every 3 days and you're not going to lose weight. I don't give a damn what you say. Maybe you will if you're lucky, but the thing is, like, your body's not going to work like that. You're going to trick it every single time. It's going to start retaining water again, and it's going to be fighting you against your process. Guys, it could not be more crucial to weigh out your food. I know I beat that to death, but please understand that it is extremely important, and there is nothing more important than making sure that you are at the proper caloric intake for your body. You guys, be stronger than your excuses. Remember to spread love, not hate. Drink your damn water. Stay on track. Hashtag Team Boo. If you're new here, please check us out on Facebook. Our group is called Healthy Living for a Healthy Life. Thank you so much for all the support, and have a wonderful day. Count your calories, girl.